Yes, I saw that last week.
Oh, you saw the one about the Zimbabwe?
Yes, I'm a wide reader. I'm a current
Me
event
too.
woman. Yes.
Me too. Always good to keep oneself, with knowledge. Knowledge is power.
Oh well, knowledge is worth $1 million. Don't you know that?
Of course, of course.
Knowledge
My
is
son,
most powerful. Information
I,
is very important.
yeah, my younger son, he's 17. He's not sure what he wants to do, so I just threw down his path. I said, why don't you next? Because he finishes high school next year.
Yeah.
I said to him, why don't you think about political science? Maybe political science is an area of interest.
Yeah, political science is good. When I was in university, I was supposed to take up law. Before you're gonna take up law, you take a political science. Yes. Mm.
Yeah.
And then I swept into a Bachelor of Science in Social Work. Mm.
Yeah. When I saw that video, I was thinking about you because I said, well, if Wilhelmina can get to produce all these gold coins in Mali, that would be a great deal.
Well, in Mali, there is gold. You as a gold trader, you have to refine it to make into $1, $2, or gold coins. Now in Mali,
Yeah,
there's a big refinery called KMR. It's an
yeah,
Italian group of company. They came
yeah,
into Mali 2015. If you search on KMR, when did they enter into Mali? They came to Mali 2015.
yeah,
And they were being given by the government tax incentive because they are creating employment. The refinery
yeah.
is 500 meters away from International Airport of Mali.
Mm,
Huge, huge, huge. Now they are now partner with a government refinery called DNGM.
mm.
So DNGM and KMR are now partners. Mhm.
It's very interesting.
It is. It is
But
very interesting. Yeah.
what did you think about this new thing that they're trying to do in Zimbabwe?
Yeah, they are doing some because Zimbabwe, their money has no value anymore.
Of
Mhm.
course. But that's
During
lots of the third world countries are going into this. Even like you take a country like, because I'm half Egyptian,
uh-huh.
okay, and Egypt is going through a crisis, because they have a liquidity issue because they have no dollars left because they spent all their dollars on nonsense.
Yeah. Don't you know the history of Egypt and Mali? When King Mansa Musa traveled to Mecca, he passed over to Egypt. And when Mansa Musa brought lots of gold, and King Mansa Musa, he gave away the gold, and Egypt economy go down. Their money has devalued because gold. King Mansa Musa many many years ago, he doesn't bring money, he bring gold. He give away gold to everyone in Egypt. If you watch that video about King Mansa Musa, you will understand. Me, I always watch the history of Mali. Mali is the biggest gold producer in West Africa. Hmm.
Yeah,
That
I
is why
will
they are
watch it. I haven't
progress.
had time yet. I haven't had time yet to watch it, but I will watch it. I'm waiting for the CPI in America. That's in a few hours. The core inflation details, because it affects me because I trade, so it affects where it's like a gamble right now. Nobody
Mhm.
really knows where things are going.
I'm watching
Let's see, but
I'm watching the economy in America because the price of gold is getting higher and higher. Sometimes it fluctuates, sometimes go up and sometimes go down. I think last week the gold was 66 per kilo. Now it's 65 950. So it
yeah,
fluctuates.
but that's yeah. I mean, because at the end of the day, right now, the the process of interest rate raises is coming to an end. You know, the the interest rates are so high. That's why so many banks are collapsing, because they cannot feed the high interest rates anymore. The banks.
Here in Australia, Andre, we are the
Mm.
luckiest people in Australia. Tonight, I watched the government to call this the surplus of the government, and the government is giving incentive to those low income, and we are increasing on bulk billing. So the government is putting money into the system so that everyone can enjoy, right? And we don't have any problem here in Australia, even though
Australia is efficient, you know. It's and the population is not so big.
no, we are 25 million already.
It's nothing. It's nothing. This is the size of Cairo. You can put all of Australian people in Cairo, and that's basically the comparison. Imagine all of Australia's population can fit. This is the population of Cairo.
Well, Australia, not all. Australia is a desert. You go
Of
to the
course.
desert, there is no water. So the government is trying to develop to put some infrastructure so that the people can live in a remote area. I live in the city, right?
Mm.
I live in the city. So Australia is the best country, I'm telling you. I've been to Africa and I feel sorry for the people in Africa. The Africa is rich on natural resources, but the government have no idea on how to handle their wealth. I was telling to my head office, you have to take good care of your wealth because most foreigner come to your country getting your wealth and they become billionaire. Yeah, they're robbing the country. So I said to my seller, you need to look after your people. Mhm. My seller is a big company.
That will only come when the politicians are fair. When
Well,
the politicians are not, it will never happen.
the
No?
politician the politician when they get their position they have to clean the government, they have to look after their pocket first before the people. This is the problem in the third world country. Yeah.
Listen, if you look at Egyptian history, at the end of the day, the people that built the pyramids were the slaves, you know,
Yes.
just for one king.
Yes, from us,
You know,
from Africa. Yeah. Even in America, the slave is from Africa. Yeah.
You know, so even nowadays, okay, call it in the Western world, the democracy, but at the end of the day, I don't know if you've been to London before, but London has more cameras than anywhere in the world. They're watching you when you just leave your house, when you go anywhere. You're just being watched 24/7.
No, now it's modern. In Mali, camera are everywhere. In Conakry, camera are everywhere. It's really funny. One street in Conakry, there is a Chinese embassy. Then across the road is American embassy. The camera is really sophisticated, and you cannot take a picture because even though you are in the car, they can see you. The whole street are American and Chinese are observing each other. Right. So now in Africa, they are now getting sophisticated. Camera is everywhere. Yeah, even the bank, the camera is everywhere. Hmm.
Yeah, you know, these are all agendas that have been planned years ago. You know, you create fear and you create terrorism and then suddenly you can control people. You know,
I think the camera is good for the country. Why? Because they can see who is the terrorist. Right. And they can watch the people who is coming in and coming out. I think I agree on the camera because when I was staying in the hotel, five-star hotel, camera is everywhere. Every movement of the guest has been watched by the camera. To me, I don't have any problem with that. For safeguard.
So my son traveled yesterday back from Australia. Yeah, he told me he had a very good experience.
Oh, that's good. We are in a winter right now.
Yeah, he works in the business of events and stuff like that.
Oh, so now you start to learn about gold, eh?
No, I bought gold in Egypt. I bought gold in Egypt 2 years ago because I knew that the currency was collapsing.
Oh.
Okay? And the gold I bought, I kept in a safe place, not in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't even trust the bank, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But the issue right now is it's not the time to liquidate the gold because there's still further growth,
Keep
and
it.
you don't want to switch to local currency because anything can happen overnight.
Well, keep your gold. Yeah, keep it in the vault. And then when you need the cash, you can
Yeah.
resell it. Because I think end of this year and next year, the price of gold will turn to 4,000 per ounce.
I mean, nobody knows, but they're talking end of this year a closure of about $2,500 an ounce.
No, there is what's a kit.com. They are predicting that mid end of the year, the gold will start to 2.5 to 3,000 per ounce.
It all depends on the dollar, how the dollar performs. If the dollar starts collapsing,
Yeah. Let's say next time, let's say end of this year will turn to 2,000 or 3,000 per ounce. Right.
if it's yeah, I mean it will grow anyway. The longer you wait.
Could be 96,450 per kilo.
Yeah, so it's definitely a safe asset.
It is.
Bitcoin is still early days. It's still early days for that digital currency.
Jewelry is the big asset, really. You can buy jewelry, okay? And then if you don't have the money, you just walk into the pawn shop and resell it. You make money. Yeah.
Yeah, so
When I was in Dubai, I
once,
purchased three gold jewelry in Dubai. Mm.
yeah, especially the Indians, they love to have a 24 karat soft.
No, the gold in 24 carats. I was in the jewelry manufacturer owned by Indian in Dubai. I was invited to tour around. He has 600 employee, all are Indians. And he said to
Yeah.
me, he gave me a really good education. He said, Wilhelmina, the 24 carat is very soft, it will break. There's still 24 carats, but we put some lead to become stronger. Mhm. Because if it's 24 carats, it's really very soft, easy to be break. Even gold bullion, they have to put a little bit of lead to be stronger. But still there is a pure gold. Yeah. So now I understand now that it's oh, this is pure. Yeah, it is pure. There is gold, but a little bit of lead to make it stronger. Mm.
Yeah.
So
So
that
let's
is.
say we stay in touch. We stay in touch, and I'll keep an eye on see what's going on in the.
In fact,
my different contracts.
I download the video to my YouTube channel because when I interview the buyer, automatically would be on my YouTube channel in order for me to share to the world that hey, this is really very amazing information. Knowledge is very powerful, and no such seller or broker share this knowledge. So what I have knowledge, this knowledge, it's very rare to find to any buyer or any broker. The knowledge of Wilhelmina
Yeah,
is very important. Mm.
that's sure. That's for sure. That's very good. That's very good what you're doing.
Yeah, and in fact, our conversation would be on the social media,
Very good.
would be on the YouTube channel. Yeah.
That is very good.
And then you can watch, and then you can listen, you can evaluate, because this is really good conversation.
Content.
That's a very
If
good
it's
content.
yeah.
Yes, because the most of the buyer, most of the big company have no aware, and they use some blockchain or broker. And just few minutes ago there was an American guy, he's a Filipino, and he's been running around. He's stuck in Sierra Leone. I rejected him because I knew him since 2022 or 2020. And he's stuck in Sierra Leone. And I told this broker from Nigeria, I know this guy. No, I'm not interested. He's in Sierra Leone. He's looking for gold. Mm. And
But he
with
has to have some knowledge before he goes there. You have to have at least you have to be able to understand how to test gold.
that's right.
You need to have
But
at least some equipment if you're going to test it yourself.
exactly. I always encourage to all buyers, bring your gold tester. I think you can buy gold tester. There is 5,000, there is 10,000. Invest it. Invest money to make money. Yeah. Invest it.
Most shops in London that work in the gold market, they all have testers.
But most
sophisticated thing.
but most of the buyer they don't have gold tester. But we can bring the gold to the refinery to test the gold, because you cannot just buy gold in Africa without certificate of assay report. You need that assay
Yes, sir.
report.
The certification has to be 100% recognized, to allow the gold to be able to be sold anywhere in the world.
Correct. That assay report is a partial assay. That
Yeah,
before the gold leave the country of origin, the seller has to bring the gold to the refinery in order to get the assay report, like 22 plus, or the purity. The most important is the purity. But when you're gonna
exactly.
resell it to your own customer, of course the gold has to be final assay. Mm.
Exactly. Without that, that's why, let's say the Swiss gold bars, whether 1 gram or 10 or 25, 20, or you can take it in your pocket and sell it in America if you want to.
Exactly. Don't you know that, Andre, the gold in Switzerland coming from Africa? The raw
Of
materials?
course, they don't have the minerals there.
They don't have.
And
They just travel to Africa, buy the raw materials, and bring it to Switzerland and refine it. I saw the video on the ambassador, the lady, she's an ambassador of Switzerland. There was an ECOWAS conference in Ghana, and this lady says to the video, to all leaders in Africa, we are from Switzerland. We are buying your raw materials, gold, diamond, coffee, cashew. I was really impressed. I was watching that video. I think I forgot to save that video. They are on YouTube. It is on YouTube
because
channel. Mm.
because they have the know-how. They have the know-how. That's why the Italians are in Mali. Because
Yes,
they have the know-how. When it was the Industrial Revolution, the Europeans, they invested in know-how.
correct.
So that's why they're 100 years ahead.
Don't you know that KMR owned by Italian group of company?
There you go. And the Italians are specialists as well. They're the best leaders in the marble business.
The refinery, Andre, is the biggest refinery in Western Africa, in West Africa, the biggest, and they created employment locally. That's why they were being given tax incentive by the government of Mali. Yeah, you can
So
search it. You can search on the internet. DNGM and Mali now are amalgamated. Mhm.
they created like a joint venture.
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah.
Hmm. But Mali is
Anyway,
progressive.
I don't
Yeah.
want to be rude, but I have to, because I have to get out of the house and do a few things.
Okay.
I have to prepare. So I'll be in touch with you. That video about Zimbabwe already. So
Yes, I did. I did.
But it's basically food for thought. It's like, if they can do it, why can't Mali do it?
Well, they are doing. They are doing right now. KMR are doing refining to go to gold coins. They are selling gold coins in Mali. Yes.
Very good.
Yeah. But anyway, Andre, nice talking to you, and I will not held up.
We'll talk very soon.
All right,
I'll
thank
listen
you
to
very
on
much.
YouTube later.
All right, thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you. Bye. It is a really very good conversation with Andre. Andre from United Kingdom. He's very knowledgeable on this gold business. He found me on my YouTube, and I told him that our conversation would be on YouTube, because I want to share to the world that guys, this is not a shortcut business, really. This is not. And most of the buyer thinking that, oh, I want to buy gold, bring it to my destination. It wouldn't work. You need to have an export documentation. The export documentation is in front of you. But anyway, nice talking to you, to all buyers and buyer's agent. If you don't know what you're doing, you have to know your buyer, because when you come to Wilhelmina, I'm very strict and I scrutinize the buyer before we send the confirmation of the buyer's order. We don't send a blank contract anymore. I myself will gather the buyer's vital information, because I put everything, what necessary the buyer will require to submit to us, and what the buyer will get when my head office will confirm your order. You will receive a letter of confirmation coming from my head office. You will receive the contract. Before you're going to receive the contract, I will gather your vital information, a copy of your business registration, as I've said to you on my previous video, importation license, passport copy, and the proof of fund, your bank statement. You don't need to be scared because your information would be intact. The reason why I ask that, because we want to know whether you can afford to buy or not. If you cannot show your business registration to me, you are not a buyer. You're not. Because a real buyer would not talk too much. Only bullshit buyer talk too much. So anyway, this video, listen to this video to all buyers or brokers. You might learn out of my conversation with Andre. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good evening. As I've said to you guys, the full corporate offer is on every video. Do not come to Wilhelmina if you are not a buyer. Do not. Because you're going to be rejected unless you understand what you are looking for.